It's been 8 years since Syracuse cut down the nets in New Orleans. Now, arguably the best team since that squad will step on the floor this season. And it's their goal to put another championship trophy right here in the Mello Center. It was a Ross Krautman field goal that won the game for Syracuse today, 33-30 against Toledo, but it was the tandem of Antoine Bailey and Prince Tyson Goalie on offense that really determined the outcome of this game. He was the first African-American to win the Heisman Trophy. Now, Ernie Davis is immortalized here on the Syracuse campus. One of the Orange's legendary number 44s, the running back passed away before he could start his NFL career.
The big man's in France now, so who takes Jackson's place here in the paint? A young but experienced front court is up to the task.
Things couldn't have looked much bleaker for the Orange at the start of the game against Wake Forest, but like a light switch, the offense clicked and never looked back.
It takes Syracuse wide receiver Dorian Graham just a little over 4.2 seconds to run from there to here, 40 yards away. He can bench press 405 pounds and squat 525. It's with numbers like these that have people marveling at the senior from Florida.
But he's an extremely hard worker, very, very dedicated, very disciplined in his approach to the running program, the conditioning program, the strength program.
Although Dorian Graham is only 5'10 and comes in on the scales at 185, he outperforms everyone on the team in the weight room. His ridiculous stats earned him a place at number 4 on the ESPN Freaks list, measuring the best athletes in the sport. That sense of hard work started at an early age.
It came from my father back in the day. He's a military guy, so he kind of instilled in me all this self-discipline stuff that, I needed to succeed in life and basically, football.
While Graham hasn't made as much of an impact on the field as he has in the weight room, he still impresses Chandler Jones, who stands at 6'5", weighing 265.
He has a great summer. He puts up great numbers in the weight room. And when you sit back, for me being defensive end, seeing his numbers motivates me, because he has better numbers than me in the bench, squat. He's just a weight room freak.
Being a monster in the weight room has earned Graham a leadership position on the team, a role where he can pass on his traits to the younger generation.
When the freshmen come in, and they come in, they don't know what type of work ethic it takes to, succeed at this level because they've, on the high school level. So, when they come in and I can show them, how to do things right way and how to do things, how to get bigger, stronger, faster, it's going to improve the whole team.
Graham hasn't seen much playing time this year, only catching 9 balls for 86 yards, but he remains one of the biggest influences on the Syracuse team. Johnny Mangano, Citrus TV.
Normally in college football, offensive and defensive coordinators coach from the sideline. But here at Syracuse, things are different. Nathaniel Hackett and Scott Schaefer both get this view of the game from up here in the coach's box.
There I could see the defenses, I could see who's open, I can get a feel for what the defense is doing. On the sideline, you just can't really see as much.
While there are advantages to coaching in the box, offensive line coach Greg Atkins enjoys guiding from the sideline.
The great thing about being on the field is you can look the kids right in the eye and you can get a sense and a feel of how the game is going for them, how their matchups are going.
Running back Antoine Bailey has rushed for 750 yards and 6 touchdowns through the first 8 games this year. That success can be attributed to comfort.
There's nothing like having your position coach right there on the sideline with you, pointing out what type of front they're playing, pointing out how a linebacker's playing a specific play, or how safety's fitting. There's nothing like having them down on the sideline.
From the box, plays are relayed by the coordinators. After the drive, Hackett and Nassib will talk by phone. The topics are diverse.
I try to keep it as light as I possibly can and get serious and get to what we're going to do, what's up next, and what we need to do better at. So they could be interesting conversations.
The views of the game for the coaches can differ. No matter if it's up top or on the sideline, the game plan always gets to the players. Johnny Mangano, Citrus TV.
Don't worry, Hoops fans. Even though the professionals can't figure out if they're going to be playing or not, college basketball is just around the corner. The Big East held its media day in New York today, where Syracuse was voted as co-favorites to win the conference by the coaches. Writers unanimously voted Syracuse #1 in their preseason rankings. The Orange's individual talent didn't go unnoticed either. Forward Chris Joseph was voted to the All-Big East first team, and floor general Scoop Jardine was named to the second team. Syracuse takes the court for its first exhibition game against Cal State Los Angeles November 1st. 2 wins. That's all Syracuse needs in order to get to a second consecutive bowl. The first step to that goal is Friday night when 15th ranked West Virginia comes to town. The Orange upset the Mountaineers 19-14 last year in Morgantown, its first win against the rivals from the Mountain State since 2001. SU's defensive backs face a big challenge from West Virginia quarterback Geno Smith. Smith is 5th in NCAA pass efficiency. The battle for the Schwartzwalder Trophy, named after the former Syracuse coach and West Virginia player, kicks off at 8 Friday. It's been 112 days since the NBA shut down operations, and still no deal has been reached. The team owners and player representatives met for 16 hours yesterday in New York. While no agreement has been made, talks continued today between the two sides. Commissioner David Stern canceled the first 2 weeks of the season last week. This marks the first time since the 1998 season that games have been missed because of a work stoppage. NHL in its second week of the season, and north of the border we go to the Sabres Canadiens. Buffalo, third place in the East, heading up north to Montreal, and University of Minnesota fans will love this highlight because Jordan Leopold scores in the second period to make it 1-1, and fellow University of Minnesota product and Austrian Thomas Vanek puts it past Carey Price. Sabres go up 2-1. They will win 2-1 and improve to 4-1 on the season. New York Rangers against the Canucks. Rangers' first game of a 4-game road trip. Alex Burrows off the offensive zone faceoff. Tries to get it past Lundqvist, but Lundqvist stones him twice. King Henrik had an unbelievable game tonight. Then, Mike Rupp off the rebound from the Michael Del Zotto shot, puts it in the back of the net past Luongo. It's 1-0 Rangers. New York would go on to win 4-0, its first win of the season. One team has been in cruise control the entire season. The other just snuck into the playoffs at the last second. Game 1 of the World Series between the Texas Rangers and the St. Louis Cardinals is set tonight under the bright lights of Busch Stadium. Texas has never lifted the World Series trophy, while St. Louis has won 10 titles, the second most in baseball behind the Yankees.